Grappling as a tool to lose weight. The first and foremost thing, self-preservation. Entire time doing movements, uchikomi, whatever it is, not going too fast, even randori, trying to stay out there for as long as possible. How to use grappling to lose weight. As you can tell, I'm in a lot better shape. During the winter, I kind of let myself go a little bit. I was about 220, which is a little bit too heavy for me. Right now, I'm about $197, so I've already lost like 23 pounds in a pretty short amount of time. Granted, a lot of it was water weight. The number one rule for losing weight, calories in, calories out, and I will eventually go into how grappling fits into all this. The number one rule is calories in, calories out. My maintenance calories, 2,500 to 3,000 a day, depending on how active I am. I'm eating right now at a 2,000 calorie diet. That's it, 2,000 calories. It's my cap. I count it every day, and on the weekends, I let myself eat maintenance, 2,500. And the reason why I eat maintenance on the weekends is so my metabolism doesn't adapt, and then so I can kind of boost it and have 2 maintenance days, and it's much better for diet adherence, right? If I'm just kind of constantly starving all the time, I'm gonna hate myself, I'm gonna hate life, I'm not gonna stick to it. So I allow myself on the weekend to have an extra 1,000 calories, and it could really be anything. It could be ice cream, it could be cookies, it could be more rice, right? All the stuff. Anyway, 2,000 calories a day, and I'm trying to do 150 grams of protein as to not lose any muscle mass. And that's kind of my goal right now, 2,000 calories a day, 150 grams of protein, refeed maintenance calories on weekends, working wonders for me. I'm gonna try to get down to 180. All right, that being said, how does grappling fit into all this? A lot of guys are like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, so I'm gonna go to judo every day and then bust my butt and just go insanely difficult and hard and fast and all this stuff. Number one, if you're not in shape and you're just gonna go as hard as you can in judo, you're gonna get hurt. And if you get hurt, you're not walking around, you're not going to the gym, you're gonna put yourself in a worse off place. So if you're using grappling as a tool to lose weight, the first and foremost thing, self-preservation. If you get injured, get the judo. And let me tell you something, if you're watching this video and trying to use grappling as a tool to lose weight, I guarantee you're not in great shape to begin with. You know, I'm doing this video, I have a Tesla, so I'm on autopilot. See, autopilot, no hands. Right? By the way, new favorite thing, Anabar. It's kind of a clever thing. It says the protein packed candy bar, so don't use fake sugars. It's actually candy. It's like sweet. It's like Snicker bar or something like this. Like it's just a full-blown candy bar with extra protein in it. So it's kind of a unique thing. It's got 20 grams of protein in it. It's got like 380 calories. Actually, this one has 280 calories. So it's not like a calorie light food, but it's really good for me because if I go to the gym, I need the carbs, and then, you know, it gives me extra protein. So what I do is I take a scoop of whey, drink it, and then have this with it. And that's like a 500 calorie ordeal, you know, with probably 50 grams of protein. So that's pretty good. Anyway, using grappling as a tool to lose weight. First and foremost, you don't want to get injured. Number two, you're in there usually doing judo, trying to learn, trying to win, trying to fill out your game. If you're using grappling, judo or jiu-jitsu as a tool to lose weight, you got to train accordingly in order to do that. And I truly believe that if you go really fast, explosive, blasting through hard rounds, you're gonna get triggered with your hunger hormones, right? It triggers my hunger hormones. I do judo like crazy. I burn a lot of calories. It's like doing sprints, you know. At the rest of the day, I become very, very hungry. Actually, it also depends on your body type. You know, sometimes you do a hard nighttime workout and then people can't go to sleep, you know, and people can't eat, you know, and that's good, I guess, if you can maintain that. But the very next day, your body's gonna try to compensate for that kind of a thing, you know, so you definitely don't want to overdo it. Slow and steady sort of is the way, you know, just like they say walking is the best cardio to lose body fat, you know, it's low intensity steady state cardio. I believe the same thing for grappling too. If you're in the dojo, you should be using that entire time doing movements, uchikomi, whatever it is, not going too fast, even randori, trying to stay out there for as long as possible without going so hard. Even if you get taken down, it's okay, because getting taken down and getting back up burns a lot of calories, you know, and the more you're out there, the more you're moving around, better for you in terms of caloric burn. So you want to use that sort of as a, and you know, a lot of guys count steps and count calorie, count activity. You can do that too with the judo. But it's very easy to overestimate your caloric expenditure and say, oh, I burned 1,000 calories at judo today. You probably didn't. And then, oh, I burned 1,000 calories at judo, so I'm going to eat an extra freaking meal. I'm going to treat myself to burgers and fries. And now all of a sudden you've ate 1,200 calories one sitting. And now you're not losing any weight at all. You went to judo, you treated yourself to that burger and beer after class. Now, all of a sudden you screwed yourself because now you're at a caloric surplus. You're getting fatter, okay? You're getting fatter. So the way I like to use grappling, if that's my number one priority, which it is right now because I busted my knee hurts, right? I tore my meniscus recently. There's like a root tear where the meniscus meets the bone, and there's like a bulge sticking out of my knee joint. Really painful stuff. Now I can't really rip throws, right? I can't really go fast. I can't really go high intensity. And yes, I'm learning stuff, but, that's not my goal right now. My goal is to lose weight. I want to get shredded for the summer. So I'm going to go to the dojo, and I'm going to just be constantly moving. That's it. I don't want to trigger my hunger response by going too hard and too fast, right? I want to go slow and steady. I don't want to injure my knee. I just want to bring my body weight down. And judo is going to become a tool for that. Jiu-jitsu is going to become a tool for that. I'm going to work on positions that I'm not very good at, but I'm going to work on constantly moving, okay? And I'm going to try to communicate this with my partner as well, because if I'm working on deep half, which doesn't hurt my knee at all, right? And if the guy is just laying on me and I'm just like rocking back and forth, that's really not going to do me any good in terms of a caloric burn standpoint, right? So I'm going to talk to my boy and be like, hey, listen, man, I'm working on this because my knee hurts. It's work, and my goal is to burn calories. All right, this is what I'm going to drill on you, okay? Fake the shot, shin to shin, go into deep half. Go through 3 different options. You're going to give me a little bit of resistance, and I'm going to just kind of rock back and forth until I sweep you into the over-under, and then I'm going to pass. Minimal impact on my knee. Won't hurt my knee so much. It's just constantly moving, right? And I can do that for a long time. That way, right, I'm burning a lot of calories and not hurting my knee. And even when everyone's doing live rolls, I'm going to kind of use this framework. You know what I mean? So now they could defend over underpass, and then I'm going to talk to them too about this, right? And they could defend the deep half sweep, right? So now we're sort of like going through these different positions. I'm not just getting stuck in deep half because I need to move to burn calories, right? And I'm only going in and out of positions that I want to learn. So this is a very, very good way to structure your training. That's what I'm doing. So that can potentially be 300 to 500 calories burned throughout the training, right? And like right now I'm going to training at noon. I'm going to have one of these bars, 280 calories, and then I'm going to train at noon, and then I'm going to have my lunch at like 2. So I'm going to be still having like 1,500 calories left for the day. And then I'm going to have my lunch, chill out a little bit, then maybe save 1,000 calories for dinner. And that way I can give myself a little bit of breathing room, diet strictness standpoint, and options of what I can and cannot eat. And on the days that I don't grapple, I just want to get 10,000 steps. Walking 5 miles essentially, great cardio. See how judo fits in perfectly to it, and I'm obviously lifting in the gym. I'm doing it 3 times a week. So when you're putting together the schedule, right, your training regimen for a specific goal, you want all those things to work really well together. My walking, which is my primary cardio form right now, it's really not going to get in the way of my judo or my lifting. I hear guys all the time, I'm going to do judo, lose weight. I'm going to come to judo 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever it is. I'm going to do sprints in the morning. I'm going to lift also. You're not going to do it. I guarantee you. Something's going to happen. You're going to get injured. It's going to be too hard. You're going to be too sore. You're going to be discouraged. You're going to give up. I guarantee it. And not to be kind of a dick about it, but how many times have you tried this method already? Multiple times. And you failed every single time at it. I know I have, right? I'm going to run every day. Get up in the morning and try to run 5 miles. And then, okay, today I'm going to do spreads. And then I'm also going to go to the gym, do heavy deadlifts. I'm going to do judo every single day, really, really hard. I could get away with it when I was 20, 25, even 30. I'm 40 now. I can't get away with it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I didn't get good at judo during that time period because I pushed myself too hard and I was taxing my body. And people say, okay, do sprints and lift in the morning heavy and then do technical training at night. It's not that simple. If I have no energy left in the tank, I deadlifted 500 pounds for reps today, I could barely stand up and walk, and I'm going to go to training and then try to be technical and then be completely present and then able to absorb all the skills and the things that I'm trying to do. No, it doesn't really work like that. you know? So you really have to schedule in rest days and times to do certain things. And if weight management is a thing, you have to have your goals, your things that you're doing, meeting those goals. You know what I mean? It has to progress you towards those things. And I think grappling is a great tool for weight loss. Great tool. But I think it's really misunderstood. Because if you go into the dojo at a caloric restricted body, right? You're just at a deficit all day, you're starving, you know? And you've already ran and you're tired, you're almost certainly gonna get injured. I guarantee it, you know? People don't eat now, you know, to kind of lose weight. I don't want to eat, I'm not gonna eat because I want to get lean, you know, and I'm gonna go to training and I'm gonna do fasted judo. Stupid. I really think it's really dumb. This has carbs in it. This anabar has carbs in it. Let me see. 25 grams of carb. That's 20 grams of sugar. Okay, so it's not great for you from a macro standpoint, but if you're training, it's amazing, right? I can eat this right now, go train, you know, and I'll have enough glycogen left in the stores, right? Even at a caloric deficit right now of 2,000, if I eat this before lifting, and then I eat this after lifting, the quality of my training session is so much higher, as opposed to trying to go to the gym and lift heavy, relatively heavy. I can't really lift that heavy now. So same idea, when you go to judo, have some carbs before training, you know? Try to stay on the mat for as long as possible. Come in first and leave last. And I'm not telling you to go really hard, really fast. If your goal is to lose weight using grappling, your training in the room has to reflect that. Going head to head with the youngest, strongest kid in the room, with the black belt that you're trying to compete and beat, you know, take that shit out of your head. If your goal is to lose weight, right, make that your goal. Make it so that the next 2 to 3 months that you're at judo, you're not even thinking about winning. Forget it. Just use judo as an exercise tool, as a cardio tool, right? Have fun, see your boys, do some drills. That's the number one idea. And then your diet has to be perfect. Your diet just has to be good. I mean, not perfect. What does perfect even mean, right? Your diet has to be good. This is the fruity cereal crunch. Freaking delicious. I'm about to work out with Black and eat these carbs. It's got 20 grams of protein, you know. That's my new favorite thing. Extremely delicious. Losing weight. Oh my God, it's good. The name of the bar. Anabar. Like a little bit of a pun, you know. Anavar with a V is the branded form of oxandrolone, which is a type of a steroid. It's a mild oral steroid that a lot of guys use, especially back in the day. I mean, people still use it now. Actually prescribed to AIDS-related wasting patients or burn victims. Like the mildest steroid, there's no water retention, it makes you really strong. It's not a commercial for steroids, by the way, but it's very popular amongst athletes who are in weight classes like wrestling and judo and jiu-jitsu and all this stuff, because it doesn't make you retain water, it doesn't make you gain that much weight, it does make you stronger, and you know, you will build some muscle, and it does have supposedly fat burning effect. So Anavar is that kind of a steroid, and this is called Anabar with a B, so a very clever little thing, and they're marketing it as a candy bar, a high protein candy bar. That's why it's so delicious. Pre-training, post-training, and having this really curbs my sweet appetite, because I love sweets. I'll eat a pint of ice cream no problem before I go to bed when I'm not on it. Right now I'm locked on, and having diet sweeteners and diet sodas doesn't quite do it for me. Like most people, I have a very difficult time with moderation. This is kind of like the perfect solution. If I know I'm going to go work out, do judo, or lift weights, or do anything physically intensive, I eat one of these, you know, before and after. So it's like having 2 candy bars in a day, you know. In total, that's 500 calories. But I'm also getting 40 grams of protein, which leaves 1,500 calories and 100 grams of protein that I need to consume for the rest of the day. Get my sweet tooth fix in, you know, get my training in, and I'm probably going to burn 300 to 500 calories right now training in this format with a torn meniscus. So this sort of is the way, using grappling as a tool to lose weight. I'm a big believer in low intensity, steady state, and kind of little by little plugging away at it, you know. And jiu-jitsu is actually even better for that, because judo is so much more fast and explosive in terms of like just pacing. So you do like 2-3 minutes on for randori, and then you know, you're kind of taking a couple breaks. Obviously with judo, not everyone can work out at once because it's so space intensive. You need a lot of space to do judo. Jiu-jitsu, you could have 80 guys in a room all working out at once, you know? So jiu-jitsu is a little bit better of a design for this low intensity, steady state kind of training. And then if you're doing 30 minutes straight of rolling, you know, that's a good amount of calories. I'm going to say that's probably like 300-400 calories in just a rolling session, you know? So I would assume that it's about 400 to 500 calories for a jiu-jitsu session if you're constantly out there moving in a 1 hour session, which isn't bad. I think that's why, and you know, it's a lot less hard on the body. Judo is a lot harder on the body, like in terms of like from an injury standpoint, repetitive stress standpoint. You can land on your shoulder. The risks are much higher. When you're doing judo when you're tired against somebody fresh, the likelihood of you blowing out a knee is much higher than doing jiu-jitsu when you're tired with somebody who's much lower belt than you, you know? So you can do a double session of jiu-jitsu morning and night, no problem. 1,000 calories maybe extra burn, right? That goes towards your weekly deficit. All freaking good things. So if you're doing judo, you kind of have to slow it down a little bit. Make it your business to stay out there much longer at a lower intensity. And that's my number one tip, really. And for jiu-jitsu, you can't go with the killers in the room that are going to gas you up. Like, it's going to be redlining all the time, because then you may sit out a round, you may sit out a roll, your injury risk goes high. So you just want to go with smooth, flow rolling types, you know? And yes, you want to learn jiu-jitsu and get better at grappling, but your goal is to lose weight, right? So that's what you got to do.